Hey guys, Owen here with Seek Outside, and today I want to show you how to set up the Guardian 2-person hot tent. First steps for setting up your Guardian, go ahead and get it out of the bag. You're going to notice that there are two colors of cordage here. We have orange cordage, that's going to be on the doors, while we have this yellow cordage down here at the bottom. This is going to be for your stakes. These are connected to what we call a line lock. This line lock allows you to raise and lower your shelter. You're going to go ahead and find the bottom piece of cordage here and go ahead and just tie a permanent loop that you can run whatever size stakes you're running through, like so. And then go ahead and repeat this for the rest of the yellow cordage on the shelter. Once you have the 4 yellow pieces of cordage tied into your permanent stake points, it's now time to start staking out the shelter. Initially, we're just going to use 2 stakes. Go ahead and find a corner of the shelter where the 2 yellow pieces of cordage are in between each other. So you're just looking for a side like this. This is going to be your sleeping area in between those 2 points. So go ahead and set up accordingly. As you can see, I found a nice flat spot here. So I will go ahead and stake these out. The trick with the Guardian is trying to create a rectangle. So from your initial stake point, you want to go ahead and just pull this out nice and straight. Again, keeping in mind that this straight point here in between the 2 stakes is going to be your sleeping area. Now that you have your 2 yellow stake points staked down here, you don't want this area to be loose. You want to have it fairly tight. This is going to be the backbone of the shelter here. We're going to go ahead to the other side of the shelter where we'll find our yellow cordage, and we're going to stake this out. This time we're going to use a setback method. So we're going to go ahead and pull the shelter out nice and tight with these 2 stake points directly across from the other stake points. And you're going to want to fold this to right here where this upper line lock is for this guy out point. So this is going to be your setback. You're just going to fold that to right there. Mark your point where you're going to put your stake, which in my case will be right here. And then on the other side, same thing, just making sure they are going to be parallel to each other. Now we're just going to drive those stakes in, and then we can get to putting the poles in. Now we're going to move on to the door here. If you're using trekking poles, you want to set them at about 50 inches. That's going to be a good height to start with. Once you have your trekking poles set up to the height you desire, inside the shelter, there's going to be a cone. You can see this white cone here. Go ahead and place either the sharp or the butt end into there. It's built quite rugged, so you can use either way. An important thing with the Guardian is once you have it here, you're going to pull it so that there is an angle in this seam. Go ahead and take the door, that's going to be marked with this orange cordage, and pull it out to where you would like to stake it. Here on the other door, go ahead and take your pole, again the same height, about 50 inches, and place it into that upper cone. Now, you're going to want to pull this again so there is some angle here in this seam. That's going to keep your ridge line nice and tight. And then go ahead and grab your door and simply stake that out. Now, if you have a little bit of sag here in your ridge line like this, it's pretty simple to adjust that. All you want to do is take your door and tension that down, and then just bring your zipper door down a little bit more, but now we have a nice and tight ridge line. You'll notice in between both yellow cordage points designed for the stakes that there is another line lock higher up on the tent. This is going to be your guy out point and is not required for use with the Guardian, but it certainly makes a little bit more room inside as well as add some stability. So again, from that bottom section of the line lock, that's going to be where it's going to keep tension. I'm just going to go ahead, create a quick permanent knot, and then I'm going to guy out the shelter. Just go ahead and take your stake, walk it out, and stake it down. I want to show you guys just a quick little trick to get a little bit more height and vertical wall out of this guy out point. If there's a stick around, you can go ahead and loosen it and just use the stick as a redirect like that. And so now we have a much more vertical wall, and it's also going to be even more stable in the wind. You can go ahead and repeat this on the other side. Again, that's in between the two yellow stake loops. Lastly, there are multiple extra stake points around the shelter. There's going to be 2 on each door. You can use these to hold down the door even better in extreme weather, such as high winds. And then there is 1 stake point on each side of the shelter directly below the guy out. Again, just for some extra storm stability. That's been how to set up the Guardian. If you guys have any questions, just drop them down in the comments below or send us an email, info@seekoutside.com. You guys have an amazing day.